It's time for the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Powerful and liberating business strategies you can start in 5 minutes or less. Now, here's your host, Dean Soto.
Hey, this is Dean Soto, founder of freedomin5minutes.com and prosulum.com. And we're here again with another Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast episode. Today's topic is this: how to partner with amazing people. That and more coming up. Oh man, so back in the day, when I first started my business, I was working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And part of the reason was I was trying to wear all the hats, right? At the time, I didn't really know how to do some of the stuff that we do now, like with the virtual systems architects and with outsourcing and systems and all that other stuff. Didn't have any of that. And so I found myself just constantly, I'm the one marketing, I'm the one doing sales, I'm the one posting on Craigslist, doing whatever I could. And then obviously when I got a customer or I got a client, I had to be the one doing all the work and doing all the projects and doing all that stuff, right? Well, the thing is that after a while, I started seeing not just that I was spending a lot of time on stuff. One thing that I started seeing very quickly, it was night and day. It was without a doubt, I could see really quickly that I sucked at certain things, or at least at the time, I wasn't very good at certain things. So for me, it was marketing, promotion, things like that, especially like public relations, PR type stuff. Very difficult for me to do. And you might hear an echo. I'm actually behind in like this alleyway while my son's doing some martial arts. Anyway, so I started seeing very quickly that some of that stuff was stuff that I really didn't even want to do in the first place, right? And so not only was I not doing well with it, it's just stuff that I didn't want to do in the first place. And so after a while, once I started doing things more online, I started getting more into more scalable things. One of the things I ended up doing was partnering with somebody who needed what I had, what I could do. So I was really good at building infrastructure, really good at building systems, operations, things like that. He was at the time selling on Amazon, and so I started partnering up. And what happened was, while he was good, he already had a crowd, he already had an audience, he already had a whole bunch of things like that, but he didn't have the website. He wanted to sell stuff online, different courses teaching people how to sell on Amazon, and he didn't have a means to do that. And so it worked out really well because I knew how to do that. I knew how to use WordPress and knew how to use ClickFunnels, all this other stuff that was available at the time. And we started making a lot of money together. And it was cool because I was working way, 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 way less and making a lot more money, to the point where I was able to leave my job at the time. And so with all of that being said, the cool thing about it was that he had skills that I just didn't want to do. I probably could have, and it's interesting because I would say I could have, but it was just stuff that I didn't want to do. And so it made it super easy on my end because I enjoyed building out the operations and stuff, right? So we had that going on at the time, and eventually that partnership faded, and another partnership spawned, which was based around a piece of software. And that partnership was actually the opposite, where I started doing a lot of the marketing. The person who created the software, it ended up being kind of more of a three-way type partnership. The person who created the software, he just wanted to build that end of the thing. And then my buddy Brad he was doing a lot of the offer creating of different offers. And in that particular situation, I knew that our business model with that piece of software was not optimal. It was just not working out. And so I knew that we could offer, because basically it was like a month-to-month type thing. The software had a bunch of different features and so on. And I thought, you know what if we did an annual? What if we did an annual type thing? And my buddy Brad, he went and created the offer, the annual offer. I did the emails to that, and lo and behold, in a matter of a weekend, we did we did 6 figures off of one launch over a weekend, and that was all because of different. Actually, it was a four-way partnership at the time, because I was still with the other partner as well. I take that back. So it was a 4-way partnership at that time. And it was super easy. Right away, we were able to start capitalizing on that. And so what's the whole point? Why am I sharing this story? I'm sharing this story because a lot of the times, if you're doing something on your own, you can bring in, if you want a quick way, and it's not always the case, you don't always want to do this, and you don't want to give away your business, but you can do things where it's like sales, or they get a certain commission or things like that. But you can bring in a partner and essentially say, hey, if we do this thing together, whatever it might be, I will give you X percent. I will give you X percent of commission, or whatever it might be. In fact, right now, with my virtual systems architect, I'm doing that with somebody who is absolutely amazing, Mr. Paul Tran, who I've talked about in the past. And he is amazing at promotion, amazing at business development. He is just phenomenal. And he's been able to do in just a few months what it has taken me a few years to do, just on the business development side, because that's where his strength lies, right? So he was a client of mine. He's a friend and a client of mine, and loved what was going on, and it was like, hey, I want to evangelize this thing of what you have with these virtual systems architects at freedomin5minutes.com and prosulum.com, prosulum.com. And so he and I partnered up, and man, it has been amazing. We've been able to speak at WeWork. We've been in the Franchise Times. We're speaking at Spaces in not too long from now. We're getting lots of customers, lots of partnerships. Things are super just meeting a ton of people. And the best part is we're helping so many businesses transform and do things in the new reality, in the reality of being able to systemize your business, being able to outsource everything in your business in 5 minutes or less, in 30 days. In less than 30 days, if you just spent 5 minutes a day doing our system, you could literally transform your entire business, right? And we have so many people that are being affected and are benefiting from this, that it is just an absolute monster of a change, predominantly because of this partnership. So, all that being said, if right now you're a one-man show, and maybe you have a team, but it's just you, I would highly consider partnering with somebody in some fashion or another, whatever is a win-win situation, and start developing stuff based off of that partnership. Because there's a lot of times where you'll see that when you have somebody else who can pick up the slack where you suck, basically, you can completely transform your business almost overnight. And obviously, like I said, you don't want to get rid of your equity, or you don't want to do things that are going to take away from what you're already doing, but find a win-win, and you can see some pretty amazing results when it comes to partnering. So all that being said, go give that a try. And then if you want to transform your business in 30 days or less, literally it only takes 5 minutes a day. Go to freedomin5minutes.com or prosulum.com, prosulum.com, and check that out and get in touch. We'll get on the phone and we will see if you're a good fit and help you to get your entire business automated, scaled, and growing. And all it takes is 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day. All right. This is Dean Soto, Freedom in 5 Minutes, and I will catch you later in the next Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast episode.
Thanks for listening to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Now, head over to www.freedomin5minutes.com and register for our free masterclass and discover how to start systemizing and automating your entire business 5 minutes at a time. We'll see you next time on the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast.